Hey coin enthusiasts. Welcome back to Coin Oz. Today, we've got something truly special lined up for you. We're delving into the world of numismatics to explore 8 highly sought-after Commonwealth coins, all featuring the iconic Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse. These gems recently found new homes at the prestigious heritage auctions, and trust me, some of them are sure to be a pleasant surprise. If you're as excited as we are, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, so you never miss out on our coin-related adventures. Without further ado, let's jump right in. Number 8. 2012 Elizabeth II Colorized Proof Seamshon Meteorite $5 from Cook Islands. Graded as PR69 Deep Cameo by PCGS. This silver gem comes from a mintage of limited $2,500 coins from Meteorite Impact Series. Actual silver weight is 0.5948 ounces, total weight is 20 grams. It was sold for $129 on October 29, 2023. Number 7. 2010 P. Elizabeth II Gold Colorized Year of the Tiger $5 from Australia. Graded in Mint State 70 by PCGS. An absolute pinnacle representing numismatic perfection. The Perth Mint struck a total of 20,302 coins within the Lunar Series. Actual gold weight is 0.0499 ounces. Obverse side features the fourth portrait of late Queen Elizabeth II facing right, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. On the reverse we see depiction of tiger head facing the viewer. Designed by famed Royal Mint engraver Ian Rank Broadley. This gem was sold for $204. Number 6. A mint error. Canadian 1967 Elizabeth II 50 cents double struck with rotation. Graded in Mint State 61 by NGC. During the striking process coin slightly rotated inside the die, creating cloning of device elements on both surfaces. This silver coin ended up selling for $481.20. Number 5. 2000 Elizabeth II Bimetallic Titanium and Gold Proof Uniform Pentecost Crown from Gibraltar. Graded as PR68 by NGC. Comes with enchanting toning. Out of mintage of mere 999 coins. It displays a beautiful and unique design with a bright cobalt center and a champagne honey outer ring. Actual gold weight is 0.8456 ounces. It was sold for $1,680. Number 4. 2021 Elizabeth II Gold Proof Bonomi Pattern, Victoria £5 from Ascension Island. Absolute gem and highest achievable grade that is PR70. Also comes with Deep Cameo designation from Grading Service of PCGS. Commonwealth Mint produced just 50 coins from this series, including this gem. Actual gold weight is 1.178 ounces. It was sold for $2,400 on October 29, 2023. Number 3. 1966 Elizabeth II Gold Proof £5 from Rhodesia. Graded as PR64 by PCGS. Bright and flashy with rose gold surfaces and wholly reflective fields. Obverse displays right effigy of Queen Elizabeth II surrounded by the inscription Elizabeth II. On the reverse the coat of arms of Rhodesia with the vintage and the face value £5. This MS64 specimen fetched a sum of $3,960. Number 2. 2013 Elizabeth II Gold Proof Queen Coronation £5. Graded as PR70 Ultra Cameo by NGC. One of first 50 coins struck featuring Raphael Maklouf's portrait design from 1985 to 1997, aka the third portrait of late Queen. Actual gold weight is 1.1774 ounces. It was sold for $5,520. Number 1. 2013 Elizabeth II Gold Proof Queen's Coronation £5 from Great Britain. This one commemorating the second portrait design made by Arnold Machin which graced the obverse sides of the British coins through 1968 to 1984. Graded as PR70 Ultra Cameo by NGC. Both sides are tack sharp, lustrous and free of mentionable contact marks. It was sold for $9,000. And there you have it, folks. The fascinating journey through these Commonwealth coins featuring Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse. If you enjoyed today's exploration of numismatic treasures, give us a thumbs up, comment down below which coin intrigued you the most, and of course, subscribe for more captivating content. Hey coin collectors! Welcome back to our numismatic channel. In this video we are going to talk about 4 rare modern US dollars that fetch pretty large sums at coin auctions. Hit that subscribe button below and let's dive in. Number 4. This is 2010 D Presidential Dollar featuring Abraham Lincoln on obverse facing the viewer. Position of variety. Graded in mint state 67 by PCGS. Mintage is over 48 million coins struck, and this specimen was impressed on the very first day of the issue. Coin is lustrous, sharply struck, and only few bag marks likely prevented the even finer grade. It was sold for $5,400 with buyer's fee at Great Collections auction. Number 3. 1999 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar struck on Sacka Jai dollar planche. Graded in mint state 65 by PCGS. According to Stax Bowers, this coin displays fully lustrous golden color with bold cartwheel and a nice bold strike. Scattered bag marks are present, none individually serious, and the eye appeal is easily that of a gem or finer. Transitional errors are perhaps the most historically important division of mint error collecting, occurring necessarily in a small window of opportunity that amplifies their rarity. This rare specimen was sold for $10,350. Number 2. 1977 Eisenhower dollar. Graded in mint state 68 by PCGS. According to Graysheet, Eisenhower dollars were minted from 1971 through 1978 and designed by Frank Gasparo. The Eisenhower dollar symbolizes at least 2 numismatically significant elements, being the first dollar coin minted during the copper-nickel-clad era, which began in 1965, and the last regularly issued dollar coin with physical dimensions approximating the traditional silver dollars of earlier times. This elusive MS65 gem fetched a sum of $27,571.50 with buyer's fee at auction. Number 1. 2000 P. Sacka Jai dollar. The popular Cheerios variety with enhanced tail feather details. According to Heritage Auctions, this is the very scarce and much publicized Cheerios variety, which shows greater feather definition on the eagle's tail feathers, including a raised line on the central feathers. The line is in cues on the regular issue coins, and the feathers lack detail. Found only on 2000 P. Sacka Jai dollars included in selected boxes of Cheerios cereal as a mint promotion. This lot also includes the Linc Incent, graded MS65 Red by PCGS, that was part of the Cheerios promotion, and came in the same box of cereal as the Sacka Jai dollar. These 2 coins were sold for $34,500. Thanks for watching this episode. If you found these information helpful, make sure to hit subscribe and like buttons before you move on with another video. Have a good one. Welcome to our channel, Coin Enthusiasts. Today, we've got something truly special in store for you. If you've ever wondered about the hidden treasures lurking in the world of numismatics, you're in for a treat. In this video, we're about to unveil a collection of 8 rare coins that could potentially lead to a massive payday. So hit that subscribe button below and let's get started. Number 8. 1942 Proof Jefferson Nickel. Graded as PF68 by NGC. PF standing for proof. According to NGC, the mintage of 1942 proof nickels was divided over 2 highly distinctive issues, but even the conventional copper-nickel pieces enjoyed sales well above those of previous years. Most purchasers of complete proof sets received this issue and later, if they desired, purchased the wartime variety separately. This is the most available of the pre-1950 proofs in high grades. The US Mint had pretty much perfected its proofing process, with the exception of the desirable contrast between fields and devices. This occurred accidentally, if at all, and such coins are quite rare. This specimen was sold for $930 on October 31, 2023. Number 7. 2006 Linc Incent with satin finish. Graded as SP70 Red by PCGS, the utmost grade available in modern numismatics. This penny is produced with extreme care so no bag marks, even tiny hairlines emerge on the surfaces of this gem after striking. Lustrous and with outstanding eye appeal, this coin of unsurpassable quality fetched a sum of $1,170. Number 6. 1941 S Mercury dime with full band and attractive toning on obverse. Graded in mint state 68 by NGC. NGC census is comprised of 42, while PCGS population of 24 dimes in this elusive grade. By the way, Metal composition of this gem is 90% silver, 10% copper. It was sold for $1,560 on October 31, 2023. Number 5. 2004 Piece Metal Nickel. Graded in mint state 68 by PCGS. According to Heritage Auctions, the piece metal designed by Norman Nemeth was only employed in 2004, and remains extremely popular among collectors. This is an incredible condition rarity from a mintage of 361 million coins, one of only 8 MS68 representatives at PCGS with none finer. Smooth, fully struck, and satiny, this brilliant superb gem nickel shows a single tick left of the E in E pluribus unum. It was sold for $3,055. Number 4. 2006 D Jefferson Nickel. Graded in mint state 68 FS by PCGS. FS stands for full steps, meaning all steps of Monticello porch on the reverse are fully struck and delineated. After the completion of the Westward Journey series in 2005, the 2006 Jefferson Nickel reverted to Schlag's Monticello reverse but changed the obverse to a forward-facing Jefferson. MS68 specimens are elusive and sought after by collectors. This one ended up selling for $4,230. Number 3. 2004 D Wisconsin Quarter. Graded in mint state 67 by PCGS. So-called extra leaf low variant. This popular cherry picker's variety features an apparent extra leaf positioned low on the husk of corn. According to cherry pickers, the artifact resulted when a tool with a rounded edge was deliberately impressed into the working die. The leaf was not part of the original design. This delightful superb gem is sharply detailed, impeccably preserved, and fully lustrous, with outstanding eye appeal. It ended up selling for $6,000. Number 2. 1937 Proof Washington Quarter Dollar. Graded as PR68 by PCGS. The 1937 Proof Washington Quarter boasts a mintage of just 5,542 pieces, the smallest proof output of any denomination that year. The Washington design was relatively new in 1937, but the motifs were not perceived as attractive or artistic, and the demand for single proof examples was quite small. The great majority of the coins were sold as part of complete proof sets. The date enjoys much greater popularity with present-day collectors. The present coin is a magnificent PR68 example, with deeply mirrored surfaces and razor-sharp definition on all design elements. Attractive traces of aquamarine toning add to the stunning eye appeal on both sides. It was sold for $17,825. Number 1. 1932 D Linc Incent in MS67 Plus Red condition. Luminous copper-orange surfaces exhibit rose and reddish accents that heighten the visual appeal substantially. Both sides are effectively flawless and awash in shimmering satin mint luster. Well struck with a single carbon speck in the right obverse field. An excellent gem for a dedicated Linc Incent collectors. It was sold for $25,200. If you have any questions or want to share your own numismatic discoveries, please feel free to leave a comment below. And don't forget to subscribe. Take care. Hey dear viewers. Welcome back to Coin Oz. Today's episode features 8 rare coins, including error cents that are worth a lot of money. They bring strong premiums at auctions. Hit that subscribe button below and let's get started. Number 8. 1947 D Jefferson Nickel in mint state 67 plus. According to Heritage Auctions, this is an impressively well-struck example, showing satiny luster from an early die state. Pastel multicolor toning graces each side, and there are no bothersome abrasions. The 1947 D is relatively plentiful with full steps, although superb gem examples are scarce, and examples are prohibitively rare finer. It was sold for $2,040. Number 7. 1915 D Linc Incent in MS65 Plus Red condition. According to NGC, this issue is only moderately scarce, and then only in the higher grades. Most examples are less than fully struck, with the reverse dies in particular showing signs of overuse. The Denver Mint employed some 114 dies for cent coinage in 1915, but this figure was not broken down in the director's report by obverse and reverse. This specimen fetched a price of $2,040 at auction. Number 6. 1934 Linc Incent in MS68 Red condition. According to Heritage Auctions, those in search of the finest 1934 Philadelphia cent need look no further. This remarkable example exhibits rich orange-gold color, and the lustrous surfaces appear devoid of contact. The fields have an orange peel texture due to long-in-use dyes, but the strike is bold and carbon is limited to a solitary pinpoint fleck above the left upright of the N Incent. It was sold for $3,600. Number 5. 1945 D Jefferson nickel in MS68 condition with full steps. From the last year of the silvery alloy wartime composition, distinguished by the large D mint mark in the field above Monticello. Both sides yield radiant satin luster that is virtually untouched, cast in lovely concentric multicolor hues. The strike is sharp, and this is one of few full steps examples of the issue that PCGS has certified MS68. It ended up selling for $5,160. Number 4. 1971 D Kennedy $half-dollar. Highly elusive error 50-cent piece struck on a wrong planchet, that is 40% silver planchet. It weighs 11.59 grams. According to Stack's Bowers, this exciting offering is for a 1971 D Kennedy $half-dollar, an issue that was produced using the then new copper nickel-clad composition, struck on a 40% silver planchet in error. As the Denver Mint used the composition for its 1970 D $half-dollar issue, distributed only in mint sets, this planchet was obviously leftover from the preceding year's coinage. Boldly struck with satiny luster, both sides exhibit only the lightest suggestions of toning to otherwise silver-gray surfaces. Exceedingly rare, and of great significance to advanced mint error enthusiasts. It was sold for $9,900. Number 3. This is 2001 P Sacka Jai dollar struck on a nickel planchet. Graded in mint state 61 by NGC. The strike is nearly flush with the upper right obverse and lower right reverse borders. The difference in size between the dollar dies and nickel planchet has resulted in the loss of only the top half of the letters in the words United States of on the reverse and a few minor details along the lower left obverse border. All features that are present are fully impressed and sharp, the surface is bright with satiny mint brilliance. A thin, shallow obverse scuff over and behind Sacka Jai's head is the only impediment to a higher mint state grade. It was sold for $10,200. Number 2. Here is 1943 Linc Incent struck on a silver dime planchet. Graded in mint state 65 by NGC. Fully brilliant and sharply struck on all but the extreme edge of the coin where the smaller dime planchet was stretched nearly to the width of the Linc Incent by the force of the dies. Blazing white and lustrous with no signs of toning. The strike is so sharp even the VDB on Lincoln's shoulder is clear, a feature often lacking on normal 1943 cents on steel planchets. Of course all 1943 mint errors have a sort of magical appeal because of the fame of the 1943 cents struck on regular copper planchets, of which only a modest number exist. It was sold for $10,575. Number 1. This is 1921 S dollar struck 20% off center. Graded in mint state 62 by NGC. According to Stack's Bowers, the struck portions are fully defined with intense satin luster, the crescents of virgin planchet with no individually mentionable marks, and the entire package fully untoned and brilliant. The clock position of the error means that the date area is off the flan, but the style of the portrait and eagle leave no doubt that this is a 1921 dated Morgan dollar, and the S mint mark is crisp on the reverse. It ended up selling for $14,400. That wraps up today's episode. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and smash subscribe button down below. Welcome dear viewers. We are thrilled to have you join us in this captivating episode, where we'll unveil 8 rare coins that are worth a lot of money. You should avoid spending them by mistake. Hit that subscribe button below and let's get started. Number 8. 1964 Proof Kennedy $half-dollar. Graded as PR68 plus Deep Cameo by PCGS. According to PCGS, the 1964 Proof Kennedy $half-dollar was the first year of issue for the series. Examples without cameo or deep cameo surfaces are the most common. In grades up PR68 or lower they are easy to obtain. With cameo surfaces they are much scarcer. And with deep cameo surfaces they are even more scarce in all grades. This plus designated specimen fetched a sum of $1,003.50 with buyer's fee. Number 7. 1971 Linc Incent graded as PR69 Deep Cameo by PCGS. The 1971 proof Linc Incent is common in most grades. However, in PR69 Deep Cameo it is scarce and much scarcer than several other proof Linc Incents from the 1960s or 1970s in PR69 Deep Cameo. It was sold for $1,237.50 with buyer's fee. Number 6. 1968 Washington Quarter in MS68 condition. According to the NGC Price Guide, as of November 2023, a Washington Quarter from 1968 in circulated condition is worth between 30 cents and 85 cents. However, on the open market 1968 quarters in pristine, uncirculated condition sell for as much as $3,750. This one ended up selling for $1,327.50 with buyer's fee. Number 5. 1951 Jefferson nickel in MS66 plus condition with full steps. Lively satin luster shines forth powerfully from both sides of this brilliant and beautiful gem. From a mintage of 7,776,000 pieces, the lowest among post 1,950 circulation strike issues in the Jefferson nickel series. This elusive specimen was sold for $1,680. Number 4. Here is 1940 Jefferson nickel with reverse of 1938. According to Stack's Bowers, this is a breathtakingly beautiful example of a rare and conditionally challenging hub variety. Lovely bright silver surfaces are untoned save for the lightest iridescent gold highlights that are not readily evident at all viewing angles. Otherwise brilliant in finish, we note subtle frosting to the central devices that provides some measure of cameo contrast as the coin rotates under a light. It was sold for $4,440. Number 3. 1986 Linc Incent in MS69 Red condition. MS69 represents a near-perfect condition on the Sheldon scale, but it's not as rare or valuable as coins in higher grades like MS70. Keep in mind that coin values can fluctuate over time, so it's a good idea to consult with a coin dealer or numismatist for the most up-to-date information. This specimen ended up selling for $14,062.50 with buyer's fee. Number 2. 1976 Kennedy $half in MS69 condition. According to Jamie Hernandez from PCGS, the 1976 uncirculated silver bicentennial $half were only sold by the U.S. Mint in a 3-piece bicentennial mint set for that year. Additionally, this is also a one-year type coin as the reverse design was changed in 1977. According to the NGC Price Guide, as of November 2023, a Kennedy $half from 1976 in circulated condition is worth between $3.40 and $3.90. However, on the open market 1976 silver $half in pristine, uncirculated condition sell for as much as $12,500. This numismatic gem ended up selling for $16,312.50 with buyer's fee. Number 1. 1923 Linc Incent in MS65 Red condition. According to Stack's Bowers, full red gem 1923 should not be overlooked. The reverse is sharply defined apart from a bit of weakness in the right wheat kernels and both sides possess outstanding luster in a warm medium rose shade. Remarkably smooth, as well, it is little wonder that this impressive gem ranks among the finest examples of the issue known to PCGS thanks to widespread hoarding of circulated coins during the 1940s and 1950s. The 1923 is more plentiful in the lowest numismatic grades than a relatively limited mintage of 8,700,000 pieces might imply. Higher grade examples in the VF to AU range are scarce, however, while in mint state this issue ranges from scarce to rare depending upon striking quality and surface preservation. It was sold for $31,200. Thanks for watching this video. Consider subscribing to our channel for more captivating numismatic content. Have a good one. Welcome to our channel, coin enthusiasts. Today, we've got something truly special in store for you. If you've ever wondered about the hidden treasures lurking in the world of numismatics, you're in for a treat. In this video, we're about to unveil a collection of 8 rare coins that could potentially lead to a big payday. So hit that subscribe button below and let's get started. Number 8. 1968 D Kennedy $half. Graded in mint state 67 by PCGS. According to NGC, with the coin shortage officially over, mint marks were restored to the nation's coinage commencing with 1968's production. The Denver Mint continued on as the sole provider of $50 for circulation, and its D mint mark was now prominently displayed on the obverse at the truncation of Kennedy's neck. This issue is very common in mint state up through the grade of MS65, with finer pieces being quite rare. This MS67 gem fetched a sum of $660. Number 7. Vividly toned 1951 S Roosevelt dime. Graded in mint state 68 full bands by PCGS. Full bands refers to the level of detail and definition present on the horizontal lines or bands on the torch design found on the reverse, tail side, of the dime. These bands are part of the torch that is depicted on the dime, and the term full bands is often used by coin collectors and numismatists to describe dimes where these bands are well defined and fully separated. This 90% silver gem with full bands ended up selling for $810. Number 6. 1925 S Linc Incent with repunched mint mark S over S. Graded in mint state 63 red and brown by PCGS. Despite a fairly substantial mintage, 1925 S cents of desirable quality are quite scarce. Worn examples are quite common from widespread hoarding during the 1930s-50s, and mint state pieces of so-so quality are likewise available. Fully red gems are very rare and tend to be much darker in shade than Philadelphia mint cents. This is highly sought after error variety with repunched S over S. It was sold for $1,320. Number 5. 1936 Walking Liberty $50. Graded in mint state 66 by PCGS. According to NGC, not since the wartime year of 1917 had so many $50 been coined, and this was a sign of increased economic activity following the grim years of 1930-33. Well-struck examples of the 1936 $50 are readily available, as are gems through the grade of MS66. Coins grading higher are in lesser supply, but enough have been certified to satisfy the demand from advanced collectors. This $50 ended up selling for $1,380. Number 4. 1920 Linc Incent in MS65 Plus Red condition. According to Heritage Auctions, despite a substantial mintage of more than 49 million pieces, the 1920 Linc Incent is a scarce issue at the MS65 grade level, and finer coins are prime condition rarities. This plus-graded gem exhibits sharply detailed design elements throughout, and the well-preserved original red surfaces radiate vibrant mint luster from both sides. Eye appeal is outstanding. It was sold for $3,480. Number 3. This is 1960 Jefferson nickel in PR69 deep cameo condition. According to Stack's Bowers, stunning top of the pop ultra gem quality for this otherwise readily obtainable proof Jefferson nickel issue. Exceptionally well preserved and virtually pristine, the surfaces are untoned to allow full appreciation of strong field to device contrast. It was sold for $4,560. Number 2. 1922 Linc Incent in MS66 Plus Red condition. Only the Denver Mint struck cents in 1922, producing 7.16 million coins, a moderately low mintage for the series, even at this early date. Full red examples are scarce in gem or better condition, and they are rare in MS66. This plus designated piece is tied for finest known. Sharp devices complement satiny copper orange luster, with no obvious abrasions. A faint fleck appears near the lower left curve of the C Incent, but the rest of the coin is virtually unblemished. Eye appeal is outstanding. It was sold for $26,400. Number 1. 1944 D Jefferson nickel. Graded in mint state 68 full steps by PCGS. According to Stack's Bowers, as perfect as a specialist could hope to find, with radiant mint luster throughout and a towering strike for this late-issue war nickel. These super gems boast incredible eye appeal with delicate iridescent toning of violet, rose and lemon traces when closely examined, with the toning on the devices while the surrounding fields are satiny silver white. The surfaces are the key factor here, nudging close to absolute perfection with just a few minutes signs of handling. This superb gem fetched a sum of $22,325. Thanks for watching this video. Consider subscribing to our channel for more captivating numismatic content. Have a good one. Hi everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we are going to be talking about 7 rare coins that are worth big money. These are coins that you should not spend, as they could be worth a fortune in the future. So hit that subscribe button below this video, and let's dive in. Number 7. This is incredible tone 1955s Roosevelt dime in MS. Number 7. This is incredibly tone 1955s Roosevelt dime in MS67 plus condition. This vivid multicolored beauty really needs to be seen to be fully appreciated. According to Stack's Bowers, both sides are layered in blended pink, apricot, emerald green, rose gray and cobalt blue toning that provides absolutely outstanding eye appeal. Exceptionally well preserved for the issue, as well. It was sold for $1,645. Number 6. 2019 W Shield Scent. Graded in Mint State 70 Red by PCGS. Absolute numismatic pinnacle in every sense. It is unsurpassable in terms of strike, preservation, luster and eye appeal. PCGS population of high-end gems are comprised of only 11 cents, including this specimen which fetched a sum of $2,531.25 with buyer's fee at auction. Number 5. This is attractively toned 1981 D Susan B. Anthony Dollar. Graded in Mint State 67 by PCGS. Outstanding cobalt blue iridescence blankets the obverse and central reverse, blending with slightly warmer olive gold around the periphery on the reverse. A fully struck, highly lustrous coin with exceptionally well-preserved surfaces for the design type. It was sold for $2,640. Number 4. Here is 1953 proof Linc Incent in PR68 Red cameo condition. A magnificent gem proof, and one of the very finest examples extant. Vivid reddish-orange patina on both sides, pleasantly accentuated by the strong reflective quality of the fields. All devices are fully sharp, with a fine satin texture. A great rarity at this grade level. It ended up selling for $3,055. Number 3. 1958 D Roosevelt dime. Graded in Mint State 68 with full bands by PCGS. According to NGC, while the production of dimes plunged at the Philadelphia Mint, the numbers from Denver tell a different story. 1958 D dimes had the highest mintage for a D Mint Roosevelt dime to that point. Gems are plentiful through MS67, and a generous percentage of FT examples has been certified. Anything grading numerically higher becomes scarce to rare. A handsome piece richly toned in iridescent shades that include olive gold, pinkish rose, copper apricot and cobalt blue. Virtually pristine superb gem that ended up selling for $3,525. Number 2. This is 1915 Linc Incent in MS66 Red condition. According to NGC, this low mintage scent is scarce in all circulated grades, while Mint State examples are particularly elusive. Most such coins are reasonably well struck, the example illustrated being fairly representative. A few are exceptionally sharp, mimicking the appearance of proofs. This impressive example displays gem full red quality. Fully struck with a delightful satin texture, the surfaces also exhibit full luster and a lovely pinkish rose. It was sold for $9,987.50. Number 1. 1964 Jefferson nickel from Special Mint Set. Otherwise known as SMS nickel. Graded as SP67 Plus by PCGS with full steps. According to Heritage Auctions, the satin finish is readily observed on this high-end superb gem, complementing a delicate tinge of light champagne toning over the sharp devices and flawless fields. PCGS designates this a special mint set coin, although the 5 coin sets of satin finish 1964 coinage that surfaced in the early 1990s are not known to have ever been in any special packaging from the mint, and official coinage of special mint sets did not occur until 1965. The SMS 1964 Jefferson nickel is rare. It was sold for $22,800. So this wraps up today's episode. Like, share, comment and subscribe. God's will, see you in the next video. Take care. Hey coin collectors. Welcome back to our channel. Today, I'm going to be talking about 8 super rare Linc Incents that are worth a lot of money. These coins are so rare that you're unlikely to ever find them in your pocket change, so if you do have one, don't sell it. Subscribe. Number 8. This is 1936 Linc Incent struck on a Nicaraguan 10-cent planchet. Circulated specimen which was graded as AU50 by PCGS. According to Stax Bowers, the lower obverse and upper reverse have been lightly cleaned, exposing a semicircle of pale silvery metal with faint hairlines visible under scrutiny. The rest of the surfaces remain deeply toned in mottled milk chocolate patina and without notable blemishes. Ideally centered on both sides with the tops of "In God We" falling off the edge, but the reverse legends completely intact. It was sold for $1,680. Number 7. Here is 1995 Linc Incent with double die obverse. Graded in MS65 Red by PCGS. Magnificent error specimen in the threshold of numismatic perfection. According to the Cherry Picker's Guide, this well-known variety was, at one time, featured on the front page of USA Today, heightening its appeal. Doubling is strongest on Liberty and In God, although it is visible elsewhere. Flawless with copper-orange color and a full strike, it ended up selling for $2,661.75 with buyer's fee on October 29, 2023. Number 6. 1957 D Linc Incent struck on a silver dime planchet. Graded in MS65 by PCGS. Bright and lustrous silver with subtle golden highlights scattered about. There is no trace of an underlying Roosevelt design, so this piece was obviously struck on a blank dime planchet. Excellent choice mint state quality and high on the interest factor list as well. It was sold for $1,920. Number 5. This is 1913 S Linc Incent in MS65 Plus Red and Brown condition. CAC proven superb gem. According to NGC, 1913 S scents are scarce across all grades, though not to the extent of those from the years immediately preceding and following. Choice examples in the higher circulated grades are quite challenging, due mostly to environmental damage. Mint state pieces tend to be softly struck from worn dies, and most have little or no original red color. A fully red example should be immediately suspect, unless it has been certified by a major grading service. This one ended up selling for $2,216.25 with buyer's fee on October 29, 2023. Number 4. This is 1969 D Linc Incent with first strike brockage error. Graded as MS64 Red and Brown by PCGS. According to Stax Bowers, a spectacular mint error, the reverse of this coin displays a sharp, clear mirror image of the Lincoln portrait design from the obverse of a reverse die cap. The obverse is struck properly, that side of the coin displaying light lilac rose patina to an otherwise medium orange surface. The brockage side is richly toned in steel olive, although lighter pale pink color is evident in the recesses. Brockages are among the more appealing mint errors, and first strikes with full detail such as this are quite rare. It was sold for $2,640. Number 3. 1946 S Linc Incent in MS67 Plus Red condition. With a high mintage for a San Francisco mint coin and the usual hoarding of S mint cents by collectors and speculators, this issue is quite plentiful in mint state grades. Even gems are only slightly scarce, though the more astute collector will want to hold out for one which is fully struck from fresh dies. These are surprisingly difficult to locate, as the San Francisco mint in the late 1940s was very budget-minded and ran the dies way too long. When the dies became too worn, they were refinished to restore their smooth fields, but this resulted in the loss of all shallow design features. This superb gem fetched a sum of $3,054.38 with buyer's fee. Number 2. 1940 Linc Incent in MS68 Red condition. Graded as MS68 Red by NGC. 1940 cents were well made as a rule, and fully red gems are thus common. Most of these are sharply struck, though some may reveal the weakness at the top of O knee seen on many Linc Incents. Red specimens in superb gem grades like MS68 are rare. This one ended up selling for $4,118.62 with buyer's fee. Number 1. And this is 1925 D Linc Incent in MS66 Red condition. According to NGC, the year 1925 is notorious for poorly struck coins from heavily eroded dies. This applies across all denominations, but it is most apparent in the cents, nickels and dimes. The 1925 D cent is nearly unrivaled as the rarest date with a full strike from fresh dies. Even the most advanced collector may have to compromise a bit with this issue. PCGS reported just 3 specimens in this high-end grade including this coin, with none finer. This specimen ended up selling for $62,437.50 with buyer's fee. Thanks for watching this video. Your likes and comments are highly appreciated, guys. Support us by just hitting thumbs up and smashing subscribe buttons. Take care. Hey there fellow coin enthusiasts. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we've got something truly special in store for you. We're diving deep into the world of numismatics to unveil 7 highly sought after coins that could be hiding in collection. Hit that subscribe button below and let's get started. Number 7. This is 1999 D Roosevelt dime in MS69 condition. Amazing superb gem from a Roosevelt dime series with immaculate striking definition which is proven by PCGS with full bands designation. According to website of the grading service, collectors should have no problem obtaining an example of the 1999 D Roosevelt dime, as the mint struck over 1.3 billion examples, making it very easy to find. Examples up to MS67 condition are fairly common. Only in MS68 or higher is it scarce. With full bands in MS68 and higher it is even scarcer. MS69 specimens are almost unheard of. PCGS certified just 4 specimens in that high-end grade so far. This MS69 gem ended up selling for $1,800. Number 6. 1992 S Silver Kennedy $half with double die obverse. Graded as PR69 Deep Cameo by PCGS. According to Heritage Auctions, this is another Kennedy half variety that is exceedingly elusive and trades so seldom that the PCGS price guide shows absurdly low prices for the variety. Untoned silver white example beams with splendid luster and profound contrast between frosted devices and mirrored fields. The distinctive, bold notching indicating die doubling is easily seen on the designer's initials, the 92 of the date, and much of the obverse lettering. It was sold for $2,585. Number 5. Another elusive Kennedy $half in excellent gem condition. 2010 D 50-cent piece in mint state 68. This D mint Kennedy half yields unbelievable technical quality and aesthetic appeal. Its silver gray surfaces are awash with mint luster, and crisp definition is apparent on the design elements. Kennedy's hair in particular exhibits razor-sharp detail. The surfaces are nearly flawless. Just a minute mark seen under close inspection on Kennedy's neck below the ear. It was sold for $3,995. Number 4. 2000p Sacka Jai dollar struck on a 2000p Maryland quarter. Graded as MS67 by NGC. This is a stunning superb gem example with intense light gray luster and remarkable surface quality. Indications of the Maryland quarter undertype remain visible, including part of the word old on the baby's cheek, and part of the word line on Sacka Jai's chin. Washington's ear is apparent beneath unum. It was sold for $6,462.50. Number 3. Here is 1999 D Roosevelt dime broad struck on a cent planchet. Graded in mint state 65 brown by NGC. Under most circumstances, wrong metal errors involving planchets of larger diameter than the design allows are impossible. The flange simply would not fit due to the presence of the collar. In a broad strike, however, coins can be struck out of collar, which would bypass that restriction and permit the striking of an unusual error. Such was the case with the origin of this fascinating piece. Blue-green, violet, and gold-orange elements grace each side of this gem. Significant unstruck margins surround the central elements. The devices are sharp, as one might expect from the excess metal, and the eye appeal is strong. It fetched a sum of $6,900. Number 2. 1991 to 1995 World War II $half double struck. Graded as PR66 by NGC. This impressive Philadelphia mint error exhibits 2 off-center strikes that are slightly offset so that both strikes are clearly visible. The widest part of the unstruck planchet is just over 3 mm, suggesting that the 2 strikes are about 10 to 15% off-center. Delicate champagne toning appears on the light gray proof surfaces of this copper nickel $half. It ended up selling for $10,575. Number 1. 1990 No-S Proof Memorial Cent. Graded as PR69 Deep Cameo by PCGS. It was in 1968 that the San Francisco Mint, or officially, the San Francisco Assay Office, took up the mantle of producing the United States proof coins, accordingly adding an S mint mark on those pieces. In that same year the first no-S proof coins were produced, the 1968 no-S Roosevelt dimes. The same scenario has repeated several times since, and in 1990 fewer than 200 pieces of the 1990 no-S Linc and Cent are believed to have escaped the facility. The present bright orange-red example is every bit as attractive and perfect as the day it left the proof dies. It ended up selling for $19,550. Thanks for watching this video. Consider subscribing to our channel for more captivating numismatic content. Have a good one. Hey there, fellow coin enthusiasts, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we've got something truly exciting for you. In this video, we're diving deep into the world of numismatics as we explore 7 rare and valuable Washington state headquarters that have been known to command strong premiums at auctions. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your journey into the world of coin collecting, you're in for a treat. Number 7. 2001 P North Carolina State Quarter. Graded in Mint State 69 by NGC. According to Jamie Hernandez, most collectors should have no trouble finding a 2001 P North Carolina quarter, as the U.S. Mint struck over 627 million examples for circulation. The typical example from circulation will have some noticeable wear but still be in uncirculated grades, with most examples still having luster. Only in MS65 grade or higher are they difficult to find. This specimen was sold for $2,137.50 with buyer's fee. Number 6. 2006 D North Dakota State Quarter. Graded in Mint State 68 by PCGS. According to the NGC Price Guide, as of November 2023, a state quarter from 2006 in circulated condition is worth between 30 cents and 40 cents. However, on the open market 2006 D quarters in pristine, uncirculated condition sell for as much as $2,500. This specimen fetched a sum of $2,799 with buyer's fee. Number 5. 2009 P American Samoa Quarter. Graded in Mint State 68 by PCGS. The 2009 American Samoa quarters were officially released by the U.S. Mint on July 27, 2009. The official ceremony for the American Samoa quarters release took place on September 4, 2009. The coins came in very nice quality and examples up to about MS66 condition can be easily obtained. In MS67 condition they appear to be scarcer but yet easily affordable at a small premium. In MS68 condition they are very scarce with few examples known. This quarter ended up selling for $3,375 with buyer's fee. Number 4. 2002 D Ohio State Quarter. Graded as MS69 by NGC. According to the NGC Price Guide, as of November 2023, a state quarter from 2002 in circulated condition is worth between 30 cents and 40 cents. However, on the open market 2002 D quarters in pristine, uncirculated condition sell for as much as $4,000. This superb gem fetched a sum of $3,768.75 with buyer's fee. Number 3. 2002 D Indiana State Quarter. Graded in Mint State 69 by NGC. Highlighted on the coin is an image of a race car superimposed on an outline of the state, and 19 stars which signifies that the state was the 19th admitted into the Union. According to the NGC Price Guide, as of November 2023, a state quarter from 2002 in circulated condition is worth between 30 cents and 40 cents. However, on the open market 2002 D quarters in pristine, uncirculated condition sell for as much as $4,500. This specimen was sold for $4,050 with buyer's fee. Number 2. 2004 P Texas State Quarter. Graded in Mint State 69 by PCGS. It highlights an outline of the state with a star superimposed on the outline and the inscription, the Lone Star State. The lariat that encircles the design is symbolic of the cattle and cowboy history of Texas as well as the frontier spirit that tamed the land. As of November 2023, PCGS reported 107 specimens in MS68 grade with guiding price of $100 with just single finer, this specimen in MS69 grade. It was sold for $6,750 with buyer's fee. Number 1. 1999 S-Proof Delaware State Quarter. Graded as PR70 Deep Cameo by PCGS. The highest grade available. The reverse design shows Caesar Rodney's historic horseback ride in 1776 to cast his vote in favor of Delaware signing the Declaration of Independence. According to PCGS, in 1999 the Mint struck Delaware proof quarters in a clad version and a 90% silver version. The 1999 S Delaware proof silver quarters had a significantly lower mintage than that of the clads. Therefore, making the silver version scarcer as well as more expensive. In PR67 to about PR69 Deep Cameo the 1999 S Delaware proof silver quarters are common. However, in PR70 Deep Cameo condition they are scarce and command a significant premium over PR69 Deep Cameo prices. If you have any questions or want to share your own numismatic discoveries, please feel free to leave a comment below. And don't forget to subscribe. Take care. Dear coin collectors and numismatic enthusiasts. Welcome back to Coin Oz. In today's video we are going to show you 8 ultra rare and exceedingly valuable US coins sold at heritage auctions. Hit that subscribe button below this video and let's dive in. Number 8. This is 1932 D Linc Incent in MS67 Red condition. According to Heritage Auctions, the Philadelphia and Denver cents of 1932 and 1933 have long been known as condition rarities, though as David Longy notes in his complete guide to Linc cents, 1932 D has emerged with a slight edge in this respect. The present piece is immensely lustrous and crisply detailed with elegant interplay between the copper, orange and peach shadings that mingle on each side. Excellent preservation with eye appeal to match. It was sold for $13,800. Number 7. This is 1936 proof Linc Incent with brilliant finish. Graded as PR66 Cameo by PCGS. The Mint resumed proof set offerings in 1936 after a 2-decade hiatus. The collecting public was preoccupied with the commemorative craze at the time, and this initial proof offering gathered little attention. A small mintage of 5,569 proof Linc Incents was accomplished, split between the satin finish and brilliant types. The present coin is a magnificent example of the second type, with sharply detailed design elements and surfaces that are virtually free of post-striking impairments. It was sold for $21,150. Number 6. An error 5-cent piece. 1924 Buffalo nickel struck on a cent planchet. Graded in Mint State 67 Red and Brown by PCGS. Any Buffalo nickel on a cent planchet is extremely rare. This sensational piece is very nicely centered with all details on the planchet, save for the extreme outer curve of the bison's tail. The strike is bold as it should be when a copper planchet is struck by a press intended to strike the harder nickel alloy. Both sides exhibit satin luster and retain about half of the original orange mint color, blended with sky blue toning. It ended up selling for $28,200. Number 5. 1932 S Washington Quarter. Graded in Mint State 66 by PCGS. The Washington Quarter series, begun as a commemorative design for the bicentennial of the first U.S. president's birth, started with a decently high mintage in Philadelphia but 2 low mintage branch issues in Denver and San Francisco. This broadly luminous example has pale gold, lavender, and blue hues washing over each side. A typically soft strike is of little consequence, as are any marks. It was sold for $35,250. Number 4. 1923 S Linc Incent in MS65 Red condition. Most red 1923 S cents grade only MS63 or MS64. Gems are rare. The strike is sharp, and eye appeal is outstanding for the issue. Remarkably clean, satiny surfaces display uniform copper red luster and no carbon spotting. Even a 10x loop fails to unearth obtrusive imperfections. It was sold for $66,000. Number 3. 1921 Missouri $half in MS66 Plus condition. Missouri $half distribution was composed of 9,400 coins with 2 in the field and 11,400 plain coins. Both issues are about equally available. Plain examples become rare at the premium gem grade level. Original multi-hued toning includes shades of rose, green, blue, and orange with pale gold tan dominating. Underlying brilliance and frosty luster shine through, accounting for the spectacular visual appeal. It was sold for $70,500. Number 2. This is 1920s Mercury dime in MS67 condition with full bands. The 1920s is one of the most significant condition rarities in the Mercury dime series. For most collectors, it is difficult to acquire a coin as fine as MS65, especially with full bands, and premium gems are rarities. The coin shown here displays exemplary strike, full central detail on the fasces is clearly delineated. Unlike most examples seen of this issue, the final digit of the date does not fade away into the rim. The pristine surfaces are suffused with satiny mint luster under iridescent shades of lilac and gold toning. The borders display deeper russet and copper orange patina. It was sold for $72,000. Number 1. 1922 No D Linc Incent with strong reverse. Graded in mint state 65 brown by PCGS. Such a high-grade example affords an unusual opportunity to examine what an OD, strong reverse scent must have looked like when it was new, though with the understandable mellowing of time. The obverse is a mushy mess, the L in Liberty pulled to the rim and the portrait under-detailed, the luster of the whole a quicksilver gloss found only on the most put-upon dies. The reverse, of course, is far sharper and has a distinct swirl to the underlying luster. Carbon is minimal and marks are few on this remarkably well-preserved gem. It ended up selling for $82,250. That's all, folks. Stay tuned to Coin Oz for more captivating coin-related content. And don't forget to smash like and subscribe buttons. God's will, see you in the next episode. Hey everyone. Good to be back with another episode featuring numismatic pinnacles of modern US coinage. Today we are going to show you 8 highly sought-after coins sold at Stack's Bowers for pretty large amounts. So let's get right into it. Subscribe. Number 8. This is Proof 1940 Jefferson nickel. Graded as PR65 Cameo by PCGS. Important as a strike rarity, precious few Proof 1940 Jefferson nickels display the degree of field-to-device contrast that characterize the finish on both sides of this gem. Delicate golden iridescence in the fields, the devices exhibit hazy silver apricot highlights. This gem ended up selling for $1,035. Number 7. Attractively toned 1960D Roosevelt dime. Graded in mint state 67 full bands by PCGS. Brilliant on the reverse, the obverse is ringed in vivid, mottled, reddish russet and sea green peripheral toning. Such richly frosted and smooth, this coin is sure to please even the most discerning Roosevelt dime collector. This low-pop dime fetched a sum of $1,495 at auction. Number 6. 1964 D Washington quarter in MS67 condition. According to NGC, a mintage of 700 million quarters was unimaginable just 2 or 3 years earlier. In actual fact, the Denver Mint coined only 123,801,308 quarters in 1964, the remainder being struck the following year courtesy of a date freeze. The year of striking is, of course, indistinguishable by looking at the coins. These coins were made carelessly and in a hurry, so finding gems can be a challenge. A generous number have been certified through MS66, but finer pieces are in short supply and bring strong prices. This MS67 gem ended up selling for $2,530. Number 5. 1945 P Jefferson nickel in MS67 condition. With remarkably vivid toning in multiple colors blanketing smooth, frosty features. The huge mintage of 1945 P nickels seems to have led to rushed work of mediocre quality. Most are not fully struck, and worn dies are frequently seen. On the plus side, so many mint state pieces survive that finding a decent one is just a matter of patience. This superb gem fetched a sum of $3,737.50 at auction. Number 4. 1951 D Roosevelt dime in MS68 condition with full bands. Splendid olive gold and reddish-orange iridescence yields to brilliance in only a few isolated areas. Highly lustrous with fulsome mint frost, this pristine-looking superb gem really needs to be seen to be fully appreciated. It was sold for $4,600. Number 3. 1926 Linc Incent in MS64 Red condition. A key issue to completion of a high-grade Linc Incent collection, the 1926S is seldom offered with full red surfaces. This is just such a near gem, however both sides with original autumn orange color. Bold to sharp in strike, with a satiny texture that even reveals glints of modest semi-reflectivity in the fields at isolated angles. There are no sizable or otherwise individually distracting blemishes to report. It ended up selling for $10,351.15. Number 2. 1960D Large Date Penny. Graded in Mint State 67 Red by PCGS. Delightful rose red luster dominates the outward appearance of this coin, although we do note blushes of pale gold tinting in isolated areas at the rims. A fully struck, satin-textured superb gem with nary a detracting blemish to report. In 1960 the U.S. Mint struck a large date and a small date variety for the Linc Incent. For the large date, the 9-digit in the date is higher than that of the small date. On the large date the top of the 9-digit is significantly higher than the 1-digit in the date. This large date specimen ended up selling for $8,050. Number 1. 1939 Jefferson nickel with reverse of 1938. A proof issue in PR 68 condition. Grade is endorsed by CAC. Silky smooth surfaces are adorned with beautiful silver rose, powder blue and pale gold iridescence. Uniformly mirrored in finish, with a full strike and the strongest technical merits available in a proof Jefferson nickel of this date. The 1939 Jefferson nickel with reverse of 1938 was produced in a relatively small quantity. Out of the 120 million nickels produced in this year, there were about 10% that had the reverse of the 1938. Out of that 10%, there were 1 in 1,000 that can be found with the full step designation. This rarity fetched a sum of $18,400 at auction. Thanks for watching this video. Your likes and comments are highly appreciated, guys. Support us by just hitting thumbs up and smashing subscribe buttons. Take care. Hey everyone. Welcome back to COİN Oz. In today's episode we are going to examine 7 rare and highly valuable Linc Incents most recently sold at heritage auctions. You should know about these pennies as they are highly sought after by collectors. Subscribe. Number 7. 1927 D Linc Incent with repunched mint mark D/D. Graded in Mint State 64 Red and Brown by PCGS. The repunched mint mark on a 1927 D Linc Incent is an interesting aspect of the coin's production. Repunched mint marks occur when the mint mark is stamped onto the coin die more than once, creating a layered or overlapping effect. In the case of a D/D mint mark, it means that the Denver mint mark was punched onto the die, then, due to a misalignment or other issue, the mint worker attempted to correct it by punching the mint mark again in a slightly different position. This MS64 Red and Brown specimen fetched a sum of $1,800. Number 6. 1928 Linc Incent. Graded as MS67 Plus Red by PCGS. According to heritage auctions, the 1928 is conditionally rare at the MS67 Plus level. PCGS has graded a mere 34 pieces as such, and only one coin finer. It is easy to understand why the present superb gem commands such a lofty grade, since the butter gold and rose red surfaces are unblemished and teem with luster. It was sold for $3,600 on November 6, 2023. Number 5. 1934 D Linc Incent. Graded in Mint State 67 Plus Red by PCGS. Among the finest certified examples. From a mintage of more than 28 million pieces, the 1934 D Linc Incent is plentiful issue overall, but scarce in MS67 Red, and rare at this level with A+ designation. No finer 1934 D cents are known. The present coin displays sharp definition and virtually flawless original red surfaces, with vibrant mint luster and terrific eye appeal. It was sold for $4,800. Number 4. 1930 Linc Incent with repunched mint mark S/S. Graded in Mint State 67 Red by PCGS. Key remnants of an undertype S are visible to the north of the primary mint mark, identifying the popular cherry pickers variety. This spectacular superb gem exhibits sharply detailed design elements throughout, and the virtually flawless original red surfaces radiate vibrant mint luster, with outstanding eye appeal. It was sold for $6,000. Number 3. 1933 Linc Incent in MS67 Plus Red condition. Among Philadelphia Mint business issues, only the 1932 has a lower mintage than the 1933. The Great Depression was undoubtedly responsible for the reduced coinage. The present lustrous superb gem displays exemplary apricot gold surfaces without evident carbon or contact. PCGS has graded a mere 20 pieces as MS67 Plus Red with none finer. Sold on November 6, 2023 for $6,900. Number 2. 1932 Linc Incent in MS67 Plus Red condition. The Great Depression reduced demand for coinage, and the 1932 Philadelphia cent production amounted to only 9,062,000 pieces. It was the lowest business mintage of any Philadelphia mint Linc Incent issue. The present superb gem displays seamless orange gold color aside from a hint of rose red above the E in 1. 6 pieces are certified as MS67 Plus Red at PCGS with none finer. NGC grades 3 coins as MS67 Plus Red with none finer. It ended up selling for $10,200. Number 1. And this is 1927 Linc Incent in MS68 Red condition. According to NGC, this is another issue that is readily available in fully red gem condition, though the population drops rapidly above the grade of MS66 RD. While some coins will have less than full strikes, this is not a major issue with the 1927 P cent, and collectors should settle for nothing less than a sharp impression. This specimen is utmost condition rarity, the single finest 1927 Linc Incent, which ended up selling for $84,000 on November 6, 2023. Thanks for watching this episode till the end. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe buttons below this video. And comment if you have such rare coins. Stay well. Welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we're delving into a fascinating topic, 8 rare coins that are worth a lot of money in today's market. Be sure to hit that subscribe button below as we embark on this intriguing numismatic journey. Number 8. 1990p Jefferson Nickel. Graded in mint state 67 with full steps by PCGS. According to PCGS, the 1990p Jefferson Nickel has a very high mintage. In MS65 condition and lower it is very common. However, in MS66 with full steps it is scarce. In MS67 with full steps it is really scarce with very few examples known and none graded in any higher condition by PCGS. This one ended up selling for $1,116.25. Number 7. 1943 S Linc Incent with double die obverse. Graded in mint state 67 plus by PCGS. While the 2 digit is faint, doubling on the 94 of the date serves as a ready diagnostic for this variety. FS101 is classified as an overdate and as a double die. Since dates were hubbed during this era, overdates occurred only when the entire working die was reimpressed by a hub. This high-end superb gem is a condition census example of the variety. Brilliant, pristine surfaces yield proof-like fields and satiny devices, with sharp detail throughout. It was sold for $3,840. Number 6. 1941 Linc Incent with double die obverse. Graded in mint state 66 red by PCGS. According to Heritage Auctions, Cherry Pickers lists 3 double die obverse varieties for the 1941 Philadelphia cent. Within that trio, FS103 appears to be the rarest in mint state. It also exhibits the widest doubling on the date, evident west of the upper curl of the 9 in the date. At the MS66 red level, FS103 is an important conditional rarity. Just 6 pieces are graded MS66 Red by PCGS, with only 2 coins finer at that service as MS66 Plus Red. NGC has certified a single mint state red example, at the MS65 level. A splendid peach gold premium gem with virtually flawless surfaces. This specimen was sold for $5,040. Number 5. 1990 S Washington Quarter with double die obverse. Graded as PR70 Deep Cameo by PCGS. Strong doubling is apparent on the date and mint mark, and this silvery example is every bit as pristine as the grade implies. It was sold for $7,050. Number 4. 1919 S Linc Incent. Graded in mint state 65 plus red by PCGS. The 1919 S is scarce in gem red condition, and only a handful of finer red coins are known. This plus designated piece is near the condition census of red examples. Sharply struck devices and satiny amber red luster characterize the eye appeal. A few faint, grayish toning specks are discernible with a loop, but none are in prime focal areas. It ended up selling for $9,300 on November 6, 2023. Number 3. 1971 Jefferson nickel with missing mint mark S. Graded as PR69 Deep Cameo by PCGS. Reflective fields and nickel rose devices provide optimal contrast on this error S-less proof nickel. Probably no more than a few hundred examples are known in all, although records are lacking. The no S-proof coins are a specialized pursuit, but some collectors run avidly after these pieces on the rare occasions when they surface at auction. This superb gem fetched a sum of $7,637.50. Number 2. Attractively toned proof 1950 Washington quarter in PR69 condition. Strike is needle sharp and surfaces are almost flawlessly preserved. Each side is brilliant, adding to the beautifully toned appearance. This is single finest non-cameo proof specimen certified by PCGS. It was sold for $19,687.50 with buyer's fee. Number 1. 1922 No D Linc Incent with strong reverse. Graded in mint state 64 brown by PCGS. Die pair 2. The second 2 in the date is sharp on this die pair, and the reverse wheat ears are crisp, a product of a new die. According to Heritage Auctions, the No D coins from die pair 2 are highly sought after and rare in high grade. This satiny walnut brown example displays modest luster and is well struck. Softness on Lincoln's portrait is due to the erosion of the obverse die. This is one of the most prominent guidebook varieties in the series. It is often collected as a separated issue from the normal mint mark issue, even though both varieties were struck at Denver. This specimen was sold for $31,200. Thanks for watching this video. Please make sure to hit like and subscribe buttons before you continue your daily YouTube journey. God's will, see you in the next episode. Hey coin collectors. Welcome back to Coin Oz. In today's episode I'm going to talk about 4 rare and valuable pennies sold at Stack's Bowers auction. You should not spend those if you have in your collection. So without further ado, let's get started. Subscribe. Number 4. 1967 Linc Incent. Graded in mint state 67 red by PCGS. Bright, satiny surfaces are awash in fully original light orange luster. With nary a distracting abrasion or other blemish in evidence, the eye appeal and technical quality are perfectly matched for this superb gem. It was sold for $4,025. Number 3. This is 1941 Linc Incent with double die obverse. Graded as FS101 MS65 Red by PCGS and endorsed by CAC. According to Ron Guth, 3 different die varieties are known as the 1941 double die. All 3 are of roughly the same value, 2 look very much alike, and the third is relatively weak but shows a wider spread between the first and second hubbing. FS101, fairly strong doubling at Liberty, weaker doubling at Trust, doubling of the 4 of the date, weak doubling at W of We. The weakness of the first hubbing is especially apparent on Trust, especially in comparison to the FS102. This red FS101 specimen fetched a sum of $5,750 at auction. Number 2. This is 1955 Linc Incent with double die obverse. Graded in mint state 65 red and brown by PCGS. Virtually pristine surfaces and nearly full mint color set this beautiful gem apart from the vast majority of mint state 1955 double die obverse cents extant. Gorgeous rose-orange color greets the viewer from both sides, there being only the lightest iridescent toning to confirm the Airbay designation from PCGS. According to NGC, this is by far the most dramatic double die variety in United States coinage and certainly the most highly sought. It is believed to have occurred during the fall, when a severe shortage of cents drove the Philadelphia Mint to extreme measures that included working 12-hour days. An estimated 24,000 examples were coined, but this figure is merely a reconstruction that can never be proved. This one ended up selling for $9,600. Number 1. This is 1911 Linc Incent in MS68 Red condition. CAC proven superb gem. This is a very common coin in circulated grades, and mint state pieces certified as BN or Airbay are plentiful. Fully red gems are available, but they bring strong prices from registry set buyers. MS67 specimens are scarce to rare, while MS68 examples are almost unheard of. This is the single finest specimen according to PCGS census. It was sold for $120,937.50 with buyer's fee. If you have any questions or want to share your own numismatic discoveries, please feel free to leave a comment below. And as always, keep your eyes peeled for those hidden treasures in your coin collection, because you never know when you might stumble upon the next big find. Welcome to another episode highlighting elusive pinnacles of modern U.S. coinage. In today's video we are going to look into 4 super rare Washington quarters from 1960s that command strong premiums. So without further ado, let's dive in. Subscribe. Number 4. 1965 Washington quarter struck on a silver planchet. Highly sought after error quarter. Errors of this type are rare. This piece is satiny with ivory white luster and minimal abrasions for the grade. Slight strike softness is seen on the finer details of Washington's portrait. These error coins are known as transitional error or silver-clad error coins because they have the older silver composition on a coin dated for the newer clad composition era. The 1965 Washington quarter was supposed to be made of clad, not silver, so any coins minted with the wrong composition are highly sought after by collectors. This MS62 specimen fetched a sum of $16,800 at auction. Number 3. 1964 Washington quarter dollar from Special Mint set. Graded as MS67 by PCGS. According to Heritage Auctions, possibly produced as prototypes for the 5-coin Special Mint sets offered by the Mint from 1965 through 1967. A small hoard of previously unknown 1964 Special Mint sets was discovered in the 1990s. This spectacular superb gem Washington quarter was included in one of those sets. The design elements are sharply detailed throughout and the impeccably preserved surfaces are lustrous and appealing. It ended up selling for $23,400. Number 2. 1963 D Washington quarter in MS68 condition. According to Stax Bowers, this exquisite ultra gem is ringed in halos of intense burnt orange, reddish bronze and antique gold peripheral toning. Off-center areas of brilliance are also noted, the pattern of toning strongly suggestive of years spent in a cardboard holder. Fully struck with pristine mint frost. Although the Denver Mint struck a large total of 135,288,184 quarters in 1963, precious few have been preserved with enough care to secure even a superb gem MS67 rating from PCGS. This MS68 pinnacle was bargained for $24,000. Number 1. Beautifully toned 1962 quarter dollar. Graded in Mint State 67 Plus by PCGS and housed in a gold shield PCGS holder. Certified 1962 Washington quarters in superb gem condition are scarce and highly sought after among registry set collectors. This plus graded piece is tied with 7 others as the finest at PCGS. The strike is sharp and there are no bothersome abrasions. It ended up selling for $26,400. Thanks for joining us today. Until next time, happy coin hunting, and may the rarest coins be in your collection. Don't forget to smash thumbs up. Stay well. Welcome back, coin enthusiasts, to another exciting episode of Coin Oz. Today, we're diving into the captivating world of numismatics to uncover 5 rare coins that were struck in 1964 and are now worth an absolute fortune. Trust us, you won't believe the values attached to these incredible pieces of history. So, hit that subscribe button below, and let's embark on this thrilling journey together. Number 5. This is 1964 Roosevelt dime from Special Mint set. Otherwise known as SMS dime. Graded as SP66 by PCGS. According to Heritage Auctions, a razor-sharp satin finish premium gem example of the 1964 SMS dime. Special Mint sets were issued in place of proof sets from 1965 to 1967. However, in the 1990s, a number of 5-coin sets from 1964 surfaced with similar finishes. All coins from these sets are rare. This premium gem SMS dime displays razor-sharp detail and a dusting of champagne lavender toning with no surface abrasions. Eye appeal is outstanding. It was sold for $10,200. Number 4. This is 1964 Linc Incent from Special Mint set. The circumstances surrounding the production of these 1964 Special Mint set cents is shrouded in mystery. It is believed they were possibly produced as prototypes for the SMS coins that were eventually struck in 1965 through 1967. David Longy has speculated, these pieces were probably coined at the Philadelphia Mint in the summer or fall of 1965, at which time the 1964 date was still in use by authority of the Act of September 3, 1964. He also allows for the possibility that they were struck at the San Francisco Mint. We know that the 20 to 50 coins extant, no one really knows how many were made, were acquired by Lester Merkin from the estate of former Mint director Eva Adams and first offered publicly in 1993. Even today, auction appearances for the 1964 SMS cent are rare. Number 3. 1964 Jefferson nickel from Special Mint set. Graded as SP68 with full steps by PCGS. A phenomenal absolute and condition rarity worthy of inclusion in the finest Jefferson nickel set. Satiny surfaces are silky smooth in texture and lightly toned in gorgeous champagne gold. Fully struck, and simply a delight to behold. Exactly how many prototype 1964 SMS Jefferson nickels were produced is not known with certainty as no records were kept regarding this coinage. This rare specimen was sold for $31,200. Number 2. This is attractively toned 1964 D Washington quarter. Graded as MS68 by PCGS. And proven by CAC. According to Stax Bowers, vivid multicolored toning has a slightly mottled distribution over both sides of this frosty and essentially pristine example. Shades of orange copper, salmon pink, sea green and antique gold are all in evidence very attractive. At 704,135,528 coins struck, the 1964 D has the highest mintage in the Washington Quarter Series up to that point in time. It was sold for $38,400. Number 1. And this is 1964 Kennedy $half from Special Mint set. Graded as SP67 by PCGS. Certified by PCGS as a 1964 SMS Kennedy $half, this coin represents the rarest issue by far in the series. There has been much debate regarding whether or not these coins were originally issued in special sets, since they were never in any form of special mint packaging, and official special mint sets were not issued until 1965. Sets of 1964 coins, including special strikes of the cent through $half, first began appearing in Stax sales in the early 1990s. The 1964 SMS Kennedy $half is struck on a 90% silver planchet, from a single pair of dies, showing much sharper detail than the regular issue and having a satiny surface texture. Die markers include, on the obverse, a tiny apostrophe-shaped lump of extra metal protruding from the bottom edge of the crosslet of the 4 in the date. This utmost rarity ended up selling for $108,000. So this wraps up today's episode. Like, share, comment and subscribe. God's will, see you in the next video. Take care. Hello dear viewers. In today's video we are going to talk about 7 highly sought after US coins you should not spend, mostly coins from 1970s. So without further ado, let's get started. Subscribe. Number 7. 1972 S Washington Quarter double struck on a cent planchet. Graded as PR66 Red by NGC. Collar die did not fully deploy during the striking, making coin expand into irregular shape. In God we trust. The date and the mint mark is crisply struck, but the liberty is almost totally absent due to planchet size difference. This elusive error coin weighing 3.2 grams ended up selling for $9,600. Number 6. 1970 D Kennedy $half. Graded in mint state 67 by NGC. According to Coin Grading Service, this issue still carries a somewhat more modest premium today. This date was poorly made for the most part, the dies appearing a bit indistinct when new and then being used entirely too long. Gems are not rare, but the certified population grading higher than MS65 is rather limited. This MS67 specimen ended up selling for $9,843.75 with buyer's fee. Number 5. 1974 S Washington Quarter. Elusive specimen in PR70 Ultimate grade with deep cameo feature. From a proof mintage of 2.6 million pieces, this specimen is literally the perfect coin. Liquid mirror fields contrast boldly with the strongly impressed devices to produce a memorable deep cameo effect. Simply unimprovable. It was sold for $9,200. Number 4. 1970 S Linc Incent with double die obverse. Graded in mint state 65 Red by PCGS. According to Heritage Auctions, at one point this variety was thought to be just as rare as the 1969 S double die, although today's certified population figures suggest it is marginally more plentiful, albeit still scarce in any grade. Strong doubling is most prominent throughout In God We Trust and Liberty, but is also visible on the date. We have seen only a few full red examples of this variety in recent years. This gem red example displays sharp definition and satiny copper red mint luster. The coin is devoid of carbon spotting, and only a few microscopic surface marks are evident. The CAC endorsement is well earned. It was sold for $9,600. Number 3. Bicentennial Silver Eisenhower Dollar. Graded in Mint State 69 by PCGS. The silver 1976 bicentennial dollar is widely available in certified capacity, although these coins largely reside in the MS66 and MS67 grade range, with the population dropping off sharply in MS68. This is in contrast to some clad issues in the series that are readily available even in MS69. The 1976 silver issue is a major rarity in MS69. This rare specimen fetched a sum of $18,600. Number 2. And this is 1972 Linc Incent with double die obverse. Graded in Mint State 67 plus Red by PCGS. The Cherry Picker's Guide lists 9 different varieties of double die obverse 1972 cents, but FS101 is the guidebook variety most in demand by collectors. The obverse legends exhibit a spread that approaches the famous 1955 FS101. The present crisply struck superb gem offers booming luster and unabraded orange-red surfaces. It ended up selling for $14,400. Number 1. 1943 Walking Liberty $half struck on a Peruvian half-sol planchet. Graded in Mint State 63 by NGC. According to Heritage Auctions, the present coin is ranked number 49 in the 2010 edition of 100 Greatest U.S. Era Coins, where it is noted that only 2 Walking Liberty $half are known struck on foreign planchets. In 1943, the U.S. Mint struck various denominations for Peru, including the brass half-sol at San Francisco. Somehow, the planchet made it between $half dies. The satiny sun gold and rose red surfaces are unabraded but display minor carbon. FS101 exhibits die doubling on In God We Trust and the Sun's Rays. It was sold for $21,150. Thanks for watching this video. Like, share and leave a comment. God's will, see you in the next episode. Hey everyone. Welcome back to our numismatic channel. Today we are going to show you 7 rare and valuable US coins of 1980s showcased at Heritage Auctions. If you have them in your possession, you should definitely not spend them. So without further ado, let's get started. Subscribe. Number 7. 1987 P. Jefferson nickel in MS68 condition with full steps. According to PCGS, the 1987 P. Jefferson nickel has a high mintage and is a very common issue for the series. Examples in circulated grades up to about MS66 condition are very common. Only in MS67 condition with 6 full steps are they scarce. Anything grading MS68 or higher with FS features is very scarce to rare. This gem ended up selling for $1,800. Number 6. 1982 P. Washington quarter in MS68 condition. Out of more than 500 million Washington quarters struck at the Philadelphia Mint in 1982, only 2 coins, including the one shown here, has been awarded an MS68 grade by PCGS. Radiant pearl gray surfaces are fully struck and effectively flawless with occasional powder blue and tan accents. It was sold for $4,241.75. Number 5. 1987 Silver Eagle. Graded in Mint State 70 by PCGS. Excellent gem in utmost numismatic grade. More than 11 million Silver Eagles were struck in business strike format in 1987. PCGS population of MS70 gems is less than 400. This is an all-brilliant example that has swirling mint luster and the perfect surfaces one would expect. It ended up selling for $4,112.50. Number 4. 1983 Linc Incent with double die reverse. Graded as MS68 Red by NGC. An impressive guidebook variety with a wide spread on the reverse legends and on the horizontal lines of the memorial. Die polish lines on each side of the portrait suggest that Mint personnel concentrated on the appearance of the wrong die. The peach gold surfaces are void of contact ear carbon. It was sold for $4,600. Number 3. 1985 Linc Incent in MS68 Plus Red condition. This magnificent 1985 Linc Incent is one of the 12 coins certified in this lofty graded PCGS, with just single finer. The design elements exhibit razor-sharp definition and the pristine original red surfaces radiate vibrant mint luster on both sides. It was sold for $5,875. Number 2. 1980s Anthony Dollar struck on a 5-cent planchet. This lightly circulated error cent was graded as AU58 by NGC. Weighing 5.0 grams, consistent with the official weight of a Jefferson nickel planchet. Bright, satiny surfaces show no major abrasions and feature strong definition. The strike is off-center toward 8 o'clock, with the date in United States of America readable. Much of Liberty and $1 run off the flan. It was sold for $6,900. Number 1. 1983 Linc Incent in MS62 Red and Brown condition. What makes it so sought after by collectors is that it is a transitional alloy mint error, reminiscent of the famous 1943 copper cent. Though the zinc-plated steel cent was introduced in 1982, a small number of copper cent planchets found their way between 1983 dies. Perhaps the planchet lodged in a crevice of a mint bin and was freed some time later. An orange-red and apple-green example that has a good strike and minor obverse abrasions. It fetched a sum of $23,500. Thanks for watching this video. Consider subscribing to our channel for more captivating numismatic content. Have a good one. Hey there, fellow coin enthusiasts, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we've got something truly exciting for you. In this video, we're diving deep into the world of numismatics as we explore 7 rare and valuable US coins that have been known to command strong premiums at auctions. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your journey into the world of coin collecting, you're in for a treat. Subscribe. Number 7. 1953 D Roosevelt dime. Graded in mint state 68 by PCGS. Otherwise brilliant surfaces are enhanced by a blush of vivid, multicolored iridescence over the upper third of the obverse. Luster is full and frosty throughout, both sides expectably smooth for the assigned grade and bordering on pristine. It was sold for $2,040. Number 6. 1911 S Linc Incent. Graded as MS66 Red and Brown by PCGS. From a smallish mintage of just over 4 million pieces, the 1911 S Linc Incent is a condition rarity at the MS66 grade level, with red and brown surfaces. The well-preserved surfaces of this premium gem Linc Incent show a mix of light brown and original red patina, with bright, satiny mint luster underneath. The design elements are sharply detailed throughout and eye appeal is outstanding. It was bargained for $3,000. Number 5. 1927 S Linc Incent. Graded in mint state 65 Red and Brown by PCGS and further confirmed by CAC. According to Heritage Auctions, during 1927, the Linc Incent production at San Francisco was less than 1/10 of the Philadelphia mintage. The 1927S is a better date in all grades, and gems without noticeable carbon are few and far between. This nearly unmarked example retains peach gold color in design recesses, while the open fields and high points are gunmetal gray. Sold on November 6, 2023 for $6,300. Number 4. 1928 piece silver dollar. Graded in mint state 65 plus by PCGS. According to Stax Bowers, an exceptionally smooth, visually appealing gem to represent this key date piece dollar issue. Dusted with the lightest silver and gold iridescence, both sides allow full appreciation of intense satin luster. Sharply to fully struck throughout. With the lowest mintage, 360,649 pieces, in the circulation strike piece dollar series, the 1928 is eagerly sought at all levels of preservation. This one fetched a price of $8,400. Number 3. 1910 S Linc Incent in MS67 Red condition. The second year 1910S has less than 5% of the production of its Philadelphia cousin. It is a better date in all grades, although obtainable in MS63 through MS66 grades. According to Heritage Auctions, red superb gems are formidable rarities. PCGS has certified only 13 pieces as MS67 Red, and another 2 as MS67 Plus Red, with none finer. The present coin is practically perfect, and ideal aside from slight inexactness of strike on the first S in States and the Me in America. The butter gold surfaces team with luster and provide remarkable eye appeal. It was sold for $12,000. Number 2. Attractively toned 25-cent piece. 1963 D Washington quarter in MS67 condition. Exquisite toning is the hallmark of this beautiful superb gem. Waves of lime green, crimson, magenta and green-gray flow across each side, as splendid full luster illuminates the rainbow of colors. Lustrous and beautiful with a bold strike. Only minor contact on the right obverse field precludes perfection. It ended up selling for $16,100. Number 1. 1917 Linc Incent. Graded in Mint State 68 Red by PCGS and endorsed by CAC. According to NGC, another record was set for cent production in 1917, as America entered the Great War. The economy was in overdrive, and the imposition of wartime emergency taxes further added to the demand for minor coins. This issue is readily available across a broad span of grades, and even fully red gems are attainable without too much searching. But locating anything above MS67 becomes really troublesome. PCGS certified just 2 examples in MS68 grade, including this coin, with none finer. It was sold for $78,075 with buyer's fee. So that wraps up today's episode. Please consider subscribing to our channel for more captivating numismatic content. Don't forget to smash thumbs up. Take care.
Hey everyone, welcome back to COİN. In this episode we are going to look into 7 rare and valuable Linc cents sold at Heritage Auctions on November 6, 2023. Pay close attention to the details of these coins, as the same varieties could be in your possession without your knowing it. Subscribe. Number 7. 1909S Linc cent was repunched mint mark S over S. Graded in Mint State 66 Red by PCGS. This cherry picker's RPM is scarcer than the 1909S over horizontal S variety, displaying a secondary S punched north of the primary mint mark. Mint error notwithstanding, the 1909S without VDB is highly prized in premium gem red condition, and is equally as scarce as 1909S VDB in high grade, making this vibrantly lustrous orange gold coin a prize for any Linc cent collector or error specialists. Sold on November 6, 2023 for $3,840. Number 6. 1920S Linc cent in MS65 Red condition. According to Heritage Auctions, the 1920S is a challenging issue to acquire with original full red color, with a lesser number in MS63 or MS65. Gems like the current coin are the smallest group within the population, and no coins are finer in the red category. This piece displays delicate satin luster with soft autumn amber color that is undeniably original. Slight design softness in the margins attests to a later dye state, while the central details are better defined, though not quite full. The 1920s, in addition to being scarce in full color, is never seen with a full strike. Sold on November 6, 2023 for $15,600. Number 5. 1909 VDB cent with double die obverse. Strong die doubling is evident on the date and the Liberty. This is a more prominent of 2 double die obverse varieties for the 1909 VDB cent, and it is a rarity in superb gem red condition. This piece displays a sharp strike and rich orange gold luster with a satiny cartwheel effect. Eye appeal is excellent. A few microscopic amber toning specks are discernible with strong magnification. It ended up selling for $15,600. Number 4. 1917 Linc cent was double die obverse. Graded in Mint State 65 Red by PCGS. Both the date and In God We Trust show both doubling on these immensely popular cherry pickers and guidebook variety. This is a fire red gem uncirculated example with lemon gold and lilac accents on the lustrous, fine-grained surfaces. MS65 examples are of great rarity and in high demand among collectors and registry set enthusiasts. It was sold for $19,200. Number 3. 1911 Lincoln Cent in MS67 Plus Red condition. The mint manufactured in excess of 101 million cents in 1911, yet only 27 submissions have qualified for the MS67 Red level at PCGS. 6 of them boast plus designations and only a single coin is finer. Finely textured fire orange surfaces are virtually mark-free save for a single tick on the O in one. Detail is pinpoint sharp. Sold on November 6, 2023 for $22,800. Number 2. 1915 D. Lincoln Cent in MS67 Red condition. In 2005, David Lang wrote in his Complete Guide to Lincoln Cents, as the population figures suggest, it is readily available in all grades, in all degrees of color, although few of the red or red-brown coins are true gems. Collectors should have little trouble locating an example in MS64 or MS65 with red surfaces, and even premium gems are offered usually multiple times a year. But superb gems with a red designation are prime condition rarities. PCGS has graded 4 examples in MS67 Red with none finer. This spectacular superb gem offers impeccably preserved original red surfaces with vibrant mint luster and terrific eye appeal. It was sold for $40,800. Number 1. 1913 Lincoln Cent in MS67 Plus Red condition. The 1913 Lincoln Cent claims a substantial mintage of more than 76.5 million pieces, making the issue relatively available in lower mint state grades. However, the population tops out at the MS67 grade level with a red designation, and neither of the leading grading services has certified any examples in higher numeric grades. These plus graded superb gem was once highlight of the fabulous Tucker collection. A few tiny microflakes appear only with the aid of loupe. It was sold for $60,000. Thanks for watching this video. Please consider subscribing to our channel for getting frequent updates on coin prices from different coin auctions of the world. Have a nice day.
Hey dear coin collectors and numismatic enthusiasts. In this relatively short video, we are going to show you 4 highly elusive and valuable error coins sold at different auctions. Smash that subscribe button below and let's get started. Number 4. 1940. Number 3. 1976's Bicentennial Washington quarter struck 5 times. Graded as PF67 by NGC. All but the first impression are off-center, portions of the design on both sides of the coin being present up to 5 times. The mint mark areas are not discernible, but a uniformly brilliant proof finish attributes this dramatic error to the San Francisco Mint. 2 nearly complete date areas are discernible on the obverse. Major mint errors of any kind are very rare on proof coins, such issues usually being handling with the utmost care and security by mint personnel. It was sold for $6,037.50. Number 2. Yet another bicentennial proof quarter. This one struck over 1967 Roosevelt dime. Graded as PR67 by NGC. According to Heritage Auctions, this nearly egg-shaped wrong denomination mint error exhibits much of the undertype on the quarter obverse. Liberty and In God We Trust from the dime are readable, and the 1967 date is faintly apparent within Washington's hair. A ghostly outline of Roosevelt's head is inverted relative to Washington. The quarter date and mint mark are bold. Struck flush against the collar die at 5 o'clock. Some quarter legends are partially or completely off the flan, including Liberty, United, and Quarter Dollar. It ended up selling for $15,000. Number 1. 1944 D. Lincoln Cent struck on a zinc-plated steel planchet. Graded in Mint State 62 by PCGS. Weighing 2.81 grams, this coin displays deep steel gray surfaces with marginally lighter high points. Low magnification reveals a small patch of light roughness around Lincoln's forehead and at trust, a trivial matter given the strong rarity of the issue, and probably the cause of its mint state 62 ranking. No doubt struck early in 1944, in Denver, when the steel blanks of 1943 were being ushered out of the system to make way for the 1944 cent. It is presumed that a small number of steel zinc planchets were stuck in the press hoppers or tote bins. It ended up selling for $96,937.50. That's all, folks. If you'd like to delve deeper into the world of US coins, feel free to explore our other videos available on our YouTube main page. We appreciate your support, and we look forward to seeing you again in our future content. Thanks, and God's will, until next time. Hey everyone. Welcome back to Coin Oz. In today's video we are going to show you 8 scarce to rare Washington quarters that command premiums at different coin auctions. They are sought after among collectors. Hit that subscribe button and let's dive in. Number 8. 1939 Proof Washington Quarter. Graded as PR67 by PCGS. According to NGC, proof sales steadily grew from year to year, and the net mintage for this issue was 8,750 pieces. These were selected from the 11,902 struck, many of which were unfit, and the traditional mintage figure also includes coins destroyed during assays. 4 dies each of the obverse and reverse were employed. As in other years, the net mintage of proof quarter dollars determines the number of complete proof sets possible, since this denomination was the one least often ordered. The number of gem survivors rose proportionally with the increasing sales, and this is the first modern proof quarter for which a generous population of PF67 coins exists. This PR67 specimen was sold for $432. Number 7. 1952 Proof Washington Quarter. The highly sought-after Superbird variety. According to Jamie Hernandez, in 1952 there were not that many channels to watch, so most people who owned a TV were very familiar with the very popular Superman TV show. It is strongly believed that a Mint employee, who was probably also a big fan of Superman himself, deliberately struck an S Mint mark on the reverse die of a 1952 Proof Washington Quarter. Consequently, all 1952 proof quarters struck from this die also contain the S Mint mark on the eagle's chest. Because of the prominent S Mint mark located on the eagle's chest, this popular variety is now widely recognized as the Superbird variety. This specimen fetched a sum of $1,840 at auction. Number 6. Here is 1934 Washington Quarter with double die obverse. Graded in mint state 66 by PCGS. According to Stax Bowers, a fully frosted, virtually brilliant example with a bold to sharp strike throughout. The 1934 double die obverse ranks as one of the most spectacular mint errors of the 20th century. Although it is many multiples rarer than the 1955 double die obverse cent, it often commands lower premiums, placing it within the reach of many Washington Quarter specialists. 5As and Stanton estimate a population of just between 251 and 500 examples. It was sold for $7,800. Number 5. Vividly toned 1951 D Washington Quarter in mint state 68. According to Stax Bowers, this otherwise brilliant example exhibits blushes of intense orange copper iridescence at the right reverse border and, especially, over the right third of the obverse. A wisp or two of color extends toward the left border on the former side. Silky smooth surfaces are frosty and sharply struck throughout with extraordinary quality and eye appeal. It was sold for $8,400. Number 4. 1957 D Washington Quarter in MS68 condition. This enchanting piece is vividly toned with the boldest, most impressive colors lining the left obverse and reverse borders. Fully frosted throughout with smartly impressed design elements and essentially pristine surfaces. A truly delightful and awesome condition rarity from this high mintage Denver issue with 77,924,160 coins struck. This superb gem ended up selling for $11,400. Number 3. 1948 S Washington Quarter. Graded as MS68 by PCGS. According to Stax Bowers, this is an outstanding example of the otherwise readily available 1948 S Quarter. The reverse is brilliant apart from subtle pastel peripheral highlights, while the obverse is vividly toned with halos of multicolored iridescence around the border. The surfaces are lustrous, silky smooth and virtually pristine. The strike is full, enhancing this quarter's superior technical quality and awesome eye appeal. It was sold for $15,600. Number 2. 1936 S Washington Quarter. Graded as MS68 by PCGS. Dusted with antique silver tinting, this delectable superb gem also exhibits a crescent of rich reddish russet iridescence along the left obverse border. Frosty surfaces are sharply struck and approach perfection. This kind of superior quality and eye appeal would be rare even on a later date Washington Quarter. To have it on an example of a semi-key date San Francisco mint issue from the 1930s is truly remarkable. It was sold for $31,200. Number 1. And here is famous 1932 S Washington Quarter graded in mint state 66 by PCGS. Wisps of iridescent pinkish copper and cobalt blue toning enhance the frosty mint luster on both sides of this appealing gem. Sharply struck and exceptionally well preserved for an issue that is scarce even at the MS65 grade level. The 3 1932 dated issues of the new Washington design type are the only quarters produced by the United States Mint from 1931 through 1933. The Great Depression served to limit coinage of many denominations during the early to mid-1930s, and the quarter was no exception. At just 408,000 coins struck, in fact, the 1932 S has the lowest mintage in the circulation strike Washington series, and it is the rarest issue of its type in gem mint state after only the 1932 D. This true rarity fetched a sum of $43,200. That wraps up today's episode. For watching more captivating numismatic videos, please visit the main page of our channel where you can find many coin-related playlists. And don't forget to smash subscribe and like buttons. Take care. Welcome to our numismatic journey, where we'll delve into the enchanting world of rare pennies that can turn pocket change into a small fortune. In this video, we'll unveil the secrets of 8 rare coins that hold incredible value, each with a unique story to tell. Hit that subscribe button down below this video and let's get started. Number 8. 1952 D Linc Incent with repunched mint mark. Elusive penny variety in mint state 67 red. You need to closely inspect your 1952 Denver cent to determine whether your coin exhibits a repunched mint mark D over S, as this is the result of a minting error. This superb red gem fetched a sum of $737.12 with buyer's fee at auction. Number 7. 1931 D Linc Incent in MS65 Red condition. According to NGC, the mintage of cents at Denver plunged in 1931, an inevitable response to the nation's devastated economy. Many of these cents were not released until a few years later, and collector complaints about the unavailability of this and other current issues prompted the Treasury to disseminate instructions on how to obtain up to 2 examples of each coin on hand. Both the real and merely perceived rarity of these early 1930s coins is what created the roll market that was so much a part of the coin business for decades. 1931 D cents were well made for the most part, but quite a few show signs of tired dies. Fully red gems are very scarce, and circulated pieces are slightly scarce. This MS65 gem ended up selling for $1,560. Number 6. This is 1927 Linc Incent with double die obverse. Graded in mint state 64 red by PCGS with FS 101 designation. Grade was later endorsed by CAC. Doubling is not as dramatic as in 1955 or 1969 DDO cents. Nevertheless, thin cloning of all letterings can be spotted on most peripheral device elements. This MS64 red specimen ended up selling for $2,612.50 with buyer's fee. Number 5. 1960 proof Linc Incent with large date. Graded as PR69 Deep Cameo by PCGS. Vivid, virtually pristine surfaces deliver intense medium orange mint color and a boldly cameoed finish. While the large date is the more plentiful variety of the proof 1960 Linc Incent, examples such as this that approach numismatic perfection are remarkable condition rarities. Number 4. 1977 S Linc Incent struck on a dime planchet. Graded as PR66 by NGC. Weighing 2.3 grams, a brilliant and semi-proof-like high-grade proof example of the popular off-metal mint error. According to Heritage Auctions, Indiana God We Trust and United States of America have a stretched and distorted appearance, as the slightly undersized flan was not constrained by the collar die in those areas. Although Memorial Cent business strikes on dime planchets appear at auction from time to time, examples struck in proof format are undeniably rare. It was sold for $2,520. Number 3. 1929 S Lincoln Cent with repunched mint mark. Graded as MS67 Red by NGC. According to NGC, the typical 1929 S cent shows moderate to heavy die erosion, though certainly not to the extent of S mint cents of the early mid-1920s. Fully red coins are scarce but not rare. Those certified as gems, MS65 RD or higher, may or may not be well struck, as the role of strike in grading is limited. Only a very badly struck coin will have points deducted, so the opportunity exists for a bit of cherry picking. Collectors should also be on the alert for a nice repunched mint mark variety known for this issue. In this case mint mark S over S. This specimen was sold for $9,118.12 with buyer's fee. A delightful gem red example of this San Francisco issue, struck from a remarkably early die state with none of the distracting metal flow typically seen on branch mint issues from this era. The O&1 is slightly soft, but the coin is otherwise well struck, and no obtrusive spots are evident. Housed in a green label holder, it ended up selling for $18,600. And here is 1969 S Lincoln Cent with double die obverse. Graded in mint state 63 plus red by PCGS. A true 1969 S double die obverse cent will have strong and prominent doubling on the date. The doubling appears on a southeast direction and is more prominent on the date, the word liberty, and the words in God We Trust, exciting as a newly discovered example of this rare variety. This is an important choice full red cent. It is attractive, with bright, even, pinkish rose mint color on both sides. There are few blemishes of any kind, and most are so small as to be easily overlooked by the unaided eye. According to Stax Bowers, the 1969 S double die obverse is an extremely desirable variety having an estimated population of just 40 to 50 pieces based on combined certification service statistics. It was sold for $72,000. Thanks for watching this video. We hope you found this information helpful. If you did, then please consider hitting like and subscribe buttons below. Stay well and see you in the next episode. Hey everyone. It's great to be back with another episode featuring 4 super rare and valuable Lincoln cents from the 1950s that you should be aware of. So hit that subscribe button below this video and let's get started. Number 4. 1950 Proof Lincoln Cent. Graded as PR68 Red Ultra Cameo by NGC. The 1950 is rarely seen with ultra cameo contrast. Proof coins are specially made for collectors and are struck using polished dies and planchets, resulting in coins with a mirror-like background, field, and frosted, highly detailed raised design elements, devices. The term ultra cameo refers to the highest level of contrast between the mirrored fields and the frosted design elements on a proof coin. Coins with the ultra cameo designation have exceptionally deep, sharp, and clear frosted devices that contrast dramatically against the highly reflective, clear fields. Pumpkin gold surfaces of this gem are practically perfect with deeply reflective mirrors and thickly frosted devices. It was sold for $19,975. Number 3. 1954 Lincoln Cent in MS67 Red condition. According to Heritage Auctions, this intensely lustrous superb gem cent offers deep reddish-orange coloration over both the obverse and the reverse. A degree of streaky tan color occurs near the top of the reverse, while the other side enjoys pleasing accents of lavender and powder blue. The strength of the design is readily apparent on the legends and wheat lines, as is the absence of any bothersome blemishes. It was sold for $31,200. Number 2. 1956 Lincoln Cent in MS67 Plus Red condition. CAC endorsed superb gem. The 1956 cent is about 4 times as scarce in MS67 Red at PCGS as it is at NGC. This piece is one of just 3 MS67 Red coins at PCGS with A+ designation, and it is one of just 16 superb gem Reds overall with CAC endorsement. It displays vibrant fire orange luster and a bold strike, with no trace of carbon. The eye appeal is stunning. It was sold for $57,600. Number 1. And this is awe-inspiring error penny. 1955 Linc Incent with double die obverse. Graded as MS65 Plus Red by PCGS. This is a breathtakingly beautiful, conditionally rare example of perhaps the most popular of all Linc Incent varieties. Bathed in a blend of medium orange and pale rose colors, the surfaces are fully lustrous with a soft satin finish. The dies imparted sharp to full definition throughout the design, the all-important obverse doubling readily evident to the naked eye. Generally pristine, a few extremely faint and easily overlooked carbon flecks are all that seem to preclude an even higher grade. This numismatic pinnacle ended up selling for $114,000. Thanks for watching this video. Consider subscribing to our channel for more captivating numismatic content. Have a good one. Welcome to another exciting episode of our numismatic journey. In today's installment, prepare to be astounded as we unveil a treasure trove of numismatic wonders. We've delved deep into the prestigious world of coin collecting to bring you a selection of 8 rare and valuable US coins that were sold at the renowned Stack's Bowers auction. If you're a collector, you won't want to miss this. Subscribe. Number 8. 1909 SVDB Linc Incent. Graded as AU50 details by Annex. According to NGC, this coin was cleaned, therefore service assigned uncirculated details without numerical grade. The estimated value of a 1909 Linc Incent wheat reverse in mint state, MS, with a BN strike character is between $1,530 and to $20,000. The coin's worth rises to about $1,700 to $27,500 for mint state with airbase strike character and $2,000 to $90,000 for mint state with RD strike character coins in the current market. This scratched and circulated specimen ended up selling for $990. Number 7. 1943 D Linc Incent in MS68 condition. This is a common coin that was widely hoarded at the time of issue. Numerous gems have been certified. As is true of most coins struck during the war years, the Denver Mint edition is the most consistently well made of the 3 mints output. This MS68 graded superb gem was bargained for $2,280. Number 6. 1939 Linc Incent in PR67 Plus Red condition. According to Stack's Bowers, extraordinary bright orange surfaces are uniformly mirrored in finish with a virtually pristine appearance. Expertly preserved and truly a wonder to examine under a light. Struck in a pivotal era between the Great Depression and World War II, this incredible piece boasts high condition census standing for this 13,520-piece proof Linc Incent issue. There is just single finer specimen according to NGC census. It was sold for $2,400. Number 5. 1962 Jefferson Nickel. Graded in mint state 67 plus full steps by PCGS. A remarkable strike rarity, both sides are fully impressed with razor-sharp detail from the rims to the centers. Intensely lustrous satin surfaces are brilliant apart from the lightest champagne pink and pale gold toning that is not readily evident at all viewing angles. Temptingly close to pristine, and sure to sell for a strong premium. Like so many circulation strike nickels from the early 1960s, the 1962 is challenging to locate in the finer mint state grades within the full steps category. It was sold for $9,600. Number 4. Multicolored 1959 D Washington quarter dollar. Graded in mint state 67 plus by PCGS. Exceptionally vivid multicolored toning enhances virtually pristine surfaces on both sides of this captivating superb gem. Like its identically dated Philadelphia Mint counterpart, the 1959D is surprisingly scarce in the finest mint state grades for a late-date 90% Washington quarter with a mintage of 62,054,232 coins. This quarter fetched a sum of $9,600. Number 3. 1949 Jefferson Nickel with repunched mint mark D over S graded as MS67 FS by PCGS. A beautiful superb gem, iridescent champagne apricot toning blends with billowy mint luster. Impressively full in striking detail, both sides are also expertly preserved and expectably smooth for the assigned grade. Writing in the 6th edition, Volume 1 of the Cherry Picker's Guide, Bill Fivas and J.T. Stanton have this to say about the 1949 DS Nickel. This variety is quite rare in mint state and highly sought after. Were the authors speaking only of superb gems such as this, the more appropriate description would be very rare. This highly sought after error specimen ended up selling for $18,000. Number 2. 1916 Proof Buffalo Nickel. Graded as PR68 by PCGS. A virtually pristine specimen with full striking detail to smooth, satiny surfaces. Both sides are beautifully toned, as well, with crescents of orange gold at the left borders that give way to powder blue iridescence elsewhere. With the lowest mintage of its type, it should come as no surprise that the 1916 is the rarest proof buffalo nickel. Survivors are even more elusive than a delivery of 600 pieces might imply, for many unsold examples are believed to have been destroyed through melting when the mint suspended proof coin sales at the end of that year. This true rarity fetched a sum of $22,800. Number 1. 1914 Linc Incent. Graded in Mint State 66 Red by PCGS. It is difficult to overstate the significance of this gem for advanced Linc Incent or 20th century type collectors. Out of the 4,137,000 pieces struck for circulation, this piece offers the very pinnacle of preservation. Vibrant red-orange color dominates the surfaces, accented by scattered hints of powder blue. The fields showcase rich matte-like luster that frames the satiny, pristine devices. Very attractive and pleasingly original. Although often overshadowed by the 1914D, the 1914S is a scarce semi-key date Linc Incent in its own right that is difficult to locate in any mint state grade. This example ended up selling for $57,600. Thanks for watching this video. Please consider subscribing to our channel for more captivating numismatic content. God's will, see you in the next episode.